Hi, my name is Aaron Estrada. This is my third semester here at DBU. This will be my discussion board 1 video presentation for principles of management. So the question was, we all have our own preconceived idea of a good manager. What makes him or her special? What is it that they do that is better than anyone else? So first thing I want to cover is my 2 examples of good managers. Was my first job. I used to work at a bowling alley, and there was a supervisor and she was a manager as well, but her name was Tina. I called her Miss Tina. She was always very hands-on, willing to help any department, whether it was the cooking line or the dish section or also bringing out food. So only because she was tied into the back office and she was superior to us, she also led by example of each department. She wasn't too high to be able to assist with the lower positions. So I viewed that as a very hands-on manager, to where she was able to not only lead by example of she's done all this experience, but also she was willing to help every position. My second manager was a guy named Juan. He was a logistics operations manager, and same example, he was in a very high position above us, but always willing to humble himself and even jump on the forklift, load a trailer. And when we'd be routing, I did domestic operations, so when we'd be routing shipments, he was always willing to guide us and show us faster ways to do it to save us time and headache. So I view both these examples as very good managers, to where they're willing to put aside their positions and show the bettering of how to really help your lower employees, to help them and the team better succeed. So I feel like the skills that they showed through this were definitely, number 1, being humble, and I feel like that's a biblical trait as well. But number 2, just being good leaders, being willing to set aside their pride of position and being willing to help hands-on. And this shows that they didn't just get to their position just because they were doing it and just were better than other people. It shows that they're very well-rounded. They're able to lead through example. I see this in chapter 1 through organization performance. Both of those examples I gave, they really helped boost the company's performance by being able to assist in many different departments. If they would have just sat back and let us all struggle, then it would have caused an issue for how they would have been able to benefit the team if they weren't able to assist in all sectors and departments. So I feel like this ties into chapter 1 with organization performance. This is measured with efficiency and productivity, and I feel they embodied that by being able to show the performance of the team and really help further that. This is also with leadership, the vision to accomplish a goal. They were able to see the goal and help the team accomplish it. And I feel like these 2 examples really were strong attributes of a good leader that I learned, and a good manager. So that's things I believe a good manager should have. The second point I wanted to cover was discussing the topic that supports your answer. I feel like these 2 definitely support it through all the experiences I went through with them, how they were able to create logical and concise decisions to lead the team directly. And I feel like this is something that sets a manager apart beyond a supervisor or just a lead. Managers able to overlook all the production and processing and be able to make those very high-end decisions to where they believe people will operate best in their abilities, and also be able to remove people who are hindering the team from doing better. So this was my example of what good managers are and my take on experiences that I've seen of good managers. Thank you.